pretty damp conditions still as we go through the day. I think we're going to be looking at still more in the way of clouds. 38 is our projected high, so we're not going to get too much warmer than what we are right now. And tonight, the temperature is not going to drop off very much, maybe a degree or two, and that's it. So after a high of about 38, 39 degrees, the clouds will still be around. Very little chance of seeing any clear skies tonight, with a low of 37. Sun will set this evening at 8:07, rise tomorrow morning at 7:11. Tomorrow, spotty showers later in the day. We will have a little bit better chance of seeing some sun along with the clouds. There will be a low pressure system over the Red River Valley. That'll be moving into Wisconsin by tomorrow night. So after a high of about 50, so we'll be 10 to 12 degrees warmer tomorrow. A low tomorrow night of 42. The rain shower activity is going to be moving in as that low moves in, and it'll be cutting through the lower peninsula as we go through the day on Wednesday. A little bit of sun once again, but very, very select, spotty, mostly cloudy skies, rain shower activity. That low will cross the state. Wednesday's high will be 51, a low of 37 on Wednesday night. Then during the day on Thursday, clouds, showers around. It might start off the day with a little bit of sun. Again, in the 50s, about 54, 55, 56, so a little bit warmer still. But then the shower activity will move in on Thursday night and be around with us for a good part of the day into the early evening on Friday. 48 is going to be our projected high on Friday. As I mentioned, the shower activity, I think, is going to be around the state pretty much all day on Friday, maybe Friday night, if the Tigers want to wait until Friday night to kick off opening day. I think that might be a possibility. But the weekend looks to be pretty decent. Both Saturday and Sunday, increasing chances of sun. Temperatures in the middle 40s on Sunday, or on Saturday, the middle 50s. On Sunday, Saturday night's low will be about 28 degrees. So more in the way of clouds, scattered shower activity for the next few days, tapering off late Friday night, and then the weekend looks pretty much uneventful. Record high in this date, incidentally, is 76. That was set back in 1921. The record low is 15. Set in 1954. And a year ago, we had a nice day. Our high was 64 and our low was 37. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Gary Kaufman standing by at Star of the West. We'll be talking to him in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors. We've been telling you about this for a long, long time for a very good reason. The folks at Steiner Tractor understand that your life and your job might stop if your tractor stops running. And a lot of folks like to work with some of the older tractors. You just can't get the parts anywhere. But there's a pretty good chance that Steiner can help you out. 800-234-3280, that's the number, or go to steinertractor.com. They understand. They take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts. Gary Kaufman, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Terry. Doing well, thanks.
What's going on in Chicago and in particular at Star of the West?
Well, we got positives across the board here right now. We're getting back what we lost on Friday, but it was a tough week for wheat and beans last week, as wheat lost about $1.18 a bushel, and beans were down about $1.28 last week overall. So currently, we have actually cash wheat up 24 right now. That puts the white at 963 and the red at 913. New crop, let's call it up 22 at 966 on the white, 916 on the red. Cash corn currently up 13 at 678. New crop is up a dime at 643. Cash soybeans up 21 at 1533, and new crop, let's call it up 24, Terry, right now at 1366.
So as the week goes, it looks as though the spring planting continues to be on hold in a number of areas. I don't know if you heard too much, like in the southern part of the country. It's been really wet down there.
Yeah, I haven't heard a whole lot of anything going on. Maybe Texas, that neck of the woods has got some stuff going on. But yeah, overall, yeah, it's going to be I think a late start to the plantings in a lot of places for some folks for sure. So.
Have you heard or seen anything from the crew about the wheat around the area?
Yeah, we got some top dressing done, Terry. I know we're going to have another call tomorrow on it, but prior to, I think a week ago, I think we figured we had 15 to 20% of the wheat top dressed, Terry, and some of that wheat's actually looking kind of nice right now. The stuff that's got top dressed and with the moisture and stuff, it doesn't look all bad. And we'll start getting winter wheat conditions from the trade here. I think we get them this afternoon, so we'll continue to get, as we move forward, we'll get winter wheat conditions not only in our backyards but across the country too, in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and so on and so forth. So
what's going to be real interesting, Gary, I know there was some folks thinking about if the wheat didn't look all that good, they might be really tempted with these prices the way they are to move into something else. But because nobody can get on the land right now, I think with all this moisture and nighttime temperatures really not dropping that far below the freezing mark, maybe some of this wheat will have a chance to show up yet.
Well, you're exactly right, and some of that wheat that got planted last fall, Terry, got into wet conditions and clumpy conditions, and didn't really look good going into the winter, and then didn't really look good coming out. But sometimes Mother Nature has a different idea, and maybe in some cases makes the decision easier for the grower to decide what to do.
I got a funny feeling this is the year. Gary, thanks. We'll talk to you again. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. It's spring Ram commercial truck season going on right now at the Great Lakes Bay Area's certified ag dealer. They've been around since 1852. We're talking Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of farmers for well over 125 years. 2 locations in Bay City. Also, Cassidy, Catesville, Pigeon, and Bad Axe. Thumb Bank relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now?
Well, I saw gas over the weekend at $3.65 in Carroll. I'm like, geez, I sure wish I could use some, but
Are they still open? I mean, I would imagine they got pumped dry, didn't they? Wow.
Oh man. Oh well. And the Taliban has said that remember those guys, the Taliban?
Yep.
They said that it is no longer legal to grow poppy in Afghanistan. So they're going to prosecute or execute,
Wow.
whatever the case may be.
I think execution comes before prosecution in some parts of the globe here.
I'm thinking it might be a little more expensive to get opium over here in this country, but I don't know if that ship has sailed over here or not. But anyway, so I guess stock up while you can get it.
Yeah, if you're looking for it. Wow.
Oh boy. Well, here's your numbers. The May corn, 745.5, up 10.5 cents. Let's see what this is here. The December corn is 697.75, up 9.75, and then September of 23 corn is 646.5, up 9.25. The May wheat is May soybeans, $16.50 a penny, up 17 3/4. The November soybeans, 14.31 1/2, up 24 3/4. And November of 23 soybeans, 13.33 1/2, up 20 3/4. The May wheat is 10.02 3/4, up 18 1/4. The December wheat is 9.88 1/4, up 23 3/4. And then December, or I should say July of 23 wheat is 8.98, up 21 1/4. So crude oil kind of following the war narrative, I guess. It is at 102.30, up 3.03 a barrel. The heating oil is 353.29, up 10.9 cents. Gasoline is 315.44. That's up 4.5 cents. And natural gas 575 1/2, up 3.5 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 124.85 at the border. That's down 33 ticks. The yen is at 122.72, up 23 ticks. The euro 109.93, down 60 ticks, and the dollar's at 98.81, up 18.5 ticks. Gold's at 1933.20, up 14.10 an ounce. Silver's at 24.43, down 20 cents. Platinum's unchanged, 9.85 an ounce.
Wow. Unchanged?
Sleeping, super sleeping. Nobody cares.
No. Well, I don't know if I want to wake up a sleeping dog there or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Doug, you take care. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Over to Bay Landscaping and Garden Center we go. Jerry Samalski, did you get a little bit of work done over the weekend, Jerry?
Not too much, but, the weather was okay for some of the time. But, Terry, spring is coming. We can see the tulips and the daffs, the spring bulbs are coming up. And one pure sign for me is when the maple trees are in flower. And they're just beginning to push bud right now. And yes, maple trees do flower, because if they didn't flower, they wouldn't have those little seed pods that come out the helicopters. So you can see the buds on the maple trees are swelling, and they're beginning to open. And so spring is coming just around the corner.
Good old helicopter season. How many folks have to dig those out of the gutters?
Well, then how many go on the ground and start growing in your beds, and you got hard weeds to pull? But
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you got to sacrifice for the good things, right, Jerry?
There you go. Maple trees are a good resource for us. So there's nothing perfect except you and me, Terry. Is that right?
I love your thought. All right. You have a good one. All right. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. When we return, Eric Sawatsky from Yo and Yo joins us.
Looking for a career where every day is different? Got a knack for working on farm equipment? We're looking to grow our team. Hudson Inc., your local John Deere dealer, is responsible for keeping farmers of America running. Honest, dependable, and self-reliant mechanical technicians is who we are looking for. Hudson provides continuing education, tool allowances, and benefits. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Hudson team, go online and search Hudson Inc. Careers for more information.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Kryjak's House Family Restaurant. You got to supply the food for an event coming up. You want to dine out for Easter or Mother's Day, even Father's Day, graduations. There's all sorts of things going on. 989-894-5531. That's the telephone number to put you in touch with Kryjak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. Say good morning to Eric Sawatsky over at Yo and Yo. Eric, we've been talking a lot about how to be more efficient with things to try to keep those costs down. Well, understand that maybe we should be talking a little bit about energy efficient improvements tax credit.
Yeah, Terry, there are still, and some of these credits have been around a while, but some of these still are in effect. And yeah, if we're trying to save on costs right now, this might be an opportunity for your home. So this applies for your principal residence and even a second home or a cottage up north. If you're looking at a few of these improvements, there are pretty significant credits still available. So if you're looking at solar, wind, or geothermal heating or energy within your home or your second home, the cost of having that, the purchase and installation, the current credit for 2022 and 2021 was 26% of that cost could be a tax credit against your income taxes. It still is in effect for 2022, and then also 2023, the credit goes down to 22%. And then at this point in time, it expires. So 2023 would be the last year you could actually do that. But pretty significant. I've seen some credits for clients in the, over $10,000 tax credit on their return for putting in like a geothermal system in their home. So something to be aware of. It was in effect if you did that in 2021, and it's still good here at least for the next 2 years. There are still some of the old energy efficient, I shouldn't say appliances, but if we're looking at furnices, water heaters, air conditioning, windows, doors, if those are energy efficient and you're putting those in a home, that credit still was in place in 2021. It was a lot smaller credit. Usually you're limited to no more than $500, but still a credit on your tax return. That's gone now in 2022. But again, if you did that in 21, you could get that credit on your return. But something to keep in mind, ways to save a little money, be a little more efficient in your house, and get a tax break.
Yeah, but as you said, the time is wasting, so it might be a good idea to check it out. Eric, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome, Terry.
You take care. Have a great day. Eric Sawatsky over at Yo and Yo.
Mr. Farmer, does the cost of fertilizer have your head spinning? Maybe it's time to look for alternatives. Now's the time to see what Dairy Dew can do for you. Dairy Dew? Dairy Dew offers compost blends made with chicken manure, gypsum, and several other natural ingredients that will bring health back into your fields. As a matter of fact, Dairy Dew features a mix of compost blends, granulated fertilizers, and liquids that will help to restore nutrients and good biology to your soils. No matter if you're a conventional farmer or organic farmer, Dairy Dew is for you. Dairy Dew liquids like Kelpful and MCI Corn Starter will benefit your plants. The soil health experts at Morgan Composting have been helping farmers with their soil health for over 25 years. Put that expert know-how to work for you. Don't let today's fertilizer costs get you down. Now you know the best option. Learn more by visiting dairydew.com. Get your orders placed now for spring. Put Dairy Dew to work for you.
Healthy plants come from healthy soil. Healthy soil comes from Dairy Dew.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Ed Raymond and Sons. Quality clothing and shoes since 1919. Carhartt, Red Wing shoes and boots, Stormy Cromer, accessories, all available today at Ed Raymond and Sons, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW